Good morning, everybody. We are in parashat Korach. There are a lot of interesting questions to being asked in our parasha. The first question is Korach, that the Torah tells us he was one of those who carried the ark. Like this guy was at the highest level in Am Yisrael that you can even imagine. So the Chazal ask, Korach שפיקח היה, מה רע לשטות כזאת? Korach, that was a smart guy. What was in his mind doing this stupid thing? Unbelievable, going against Moshe Rabbeinu and Aaron HaKohen. What's going on here? And this brings us to one of the, let's say, the terrible things that we have in life. Kin'ah, ta'ava v'kavod. If you are, the jealousy can take you out of this world with no problem. Looking for honor, jealousy, lust, take the person out of this world. Out of this world doesn't mean the next world, this world already. And this we see with Korach. Korach, he ended not in such a nice way. And also, you know what? They say that Korach had this Ruach HaKodesh, he had the Holy Spirit, and was a prophet, and he saw that for his descendants going to come out, a whole chain of Kohanim, and everything is okay. And let's say he was even right. So it means that you are the one that are going to be chosen tomorrow. How dare you take with you 250 people of the best of Am Yisrael, the presidents of Israel, take them with you to stand there with the Ktoret, and we all know what the Ktoret does. The Ktoret kills. The two sons of Aaron, they took a Ktoret in a place they shouldn't take it, and they died. So you know how dangerous it is, and Moshe Rabbeinu is telling you, there's only one going to survive this test. And he's still going and convincing 250 people to stand with him with the Ktoret, knowing that they're all going to die. Even though eventually he also died, because he didn't understand that the descendants from him are not because of him, but because of his two sons that did tshuva at the last minute. But we are really puzzled. How can it be that a guy at that level is doing a thing like this? And this, first of all, brings us to a conclusion. It doesn't matter how big you are, how holy you are. Yetzer hara is everywhere. And one of the worst Yetzer hara is the Yetzer hara of jealousy. If you've got a jealousy in you, and you're jealous in your friend, and you want his job or whatever, it can bring you out of this world and do the most unbelievable things that if you think for a minute, you wouldn't believe that you did it. So we have to be very careful with this thing and learn a big lesson from Korach v'Adato. Nevertheless, those 250 people, what did they think? 250 clever people, holy people, standing there. You also know that only one will survive. How? What's happening with you? Are you stupid or something? Why are you standing there? It's like one of the rabbis says once, it's like, you don't know shahid, what a shahid is. Those who bomb themselves. Like they take a bomb belt and then they turn it on and they blew up themselves with all the people around them. And unfortunately, we had this happening a few times. Like, imagine to yourself, this is the same thing. 250 people standing with, everybody's got this bomb belt on himself, and they're waiting for the moment to turn it on and blew up in the air. Unbelievable. Then he says, "Kol ha'eda kulam kdoshim, madua titnasu al." All the congregation, everybody is holy. Why do you take a job? But what are you doing there? If you think everybody is holy, everybody is the same, so what are you standing there? You want the job of Aaron HaKohen, which means that you also think that there need to be somebody on top. And by the way, this equality thing is so wrong in the way that we think it is. Because to be equal means that we have the same opportunity to use our potential and nothing else. Because it's impossible that everybody will be the same. We saw the communist idea, that is the idea, everybody is the same. By the way, the kibbutzim, also, the idea is everybody is the same. But what happened to all the kibbutzim? Look for them today. Are they the same as they was, that everybody shares, everybody is equal? No, because we are not equal. Everybody's got different talents, different jobs. And this is one of the things that brings us to the next question. How is it that Am Yisrael are standing and saying, you killed the people, you killed those holy people, blaming Moshe Rabbeinu after they saw the miracle? How can you blame Moshe Rabbeinu? You saw the miracle. How can you blame him? You saw that God was in it. But what's going on through their mind? Think about it. 250 top people. If you want to imagine who they are, I was asked Chaim Kanievsky, Zecher Tzadik Livracha, if the president said there's not written the name, but it looks like those the president that were elected, that those that they were elected by God to be the presidents of the tribes, Elitzur ben Shteur, for example, and all those people, how is it that they went in this way? To go in this way and stand there, and what do you think the other people, all the people thought? Imagine to yourself, the chief rabbi of Israel, all the other rabbis standing there, Rav Vadia Yosef, the Rav Steinman, the Rav, you choose all the rabbis you want, standing there against Moshe Rabbeinu. What would you think? Who is right and who is wrong? 250 tzaddikim standing there, so they must be right. So why have them been killed? Because Moshe Rabbeinu's got this certain power. I don't know what he's doing, but he is the one who lead them. Why did he test them with the Torah? Nevertheless, they are being proven that the Torah, it doesn't kill, but the sin kills. Because when the plague comes and Moshe Rabbeinu tells Aaron, take the Torah and run inside, that you will stand between the dead and the alive people, and those are alive, and save them. And the plague stops. Because of what? Because the Torah. Now imagine, look at Aaron HaKohen. Aaron knows that if you take the Torah in the wrong place, you will be dead. And he just now saw it with the 250 people. Died. Because of the Torah being served, not in the right place, not with the right people. And his two sons also died from the same reason. But if he's being told to do this, he's doing it. He is going to save Am Yisrael. It doesn't matter what's going to happen to him. And everybody sees that not the Torah kills, but what kills? The sin. So, are they all now peaceful and everything is okay and they agree? No. Look what's happening after this. So we had the test with the Torah, which was proven that Aaron was the chosen one. We had what happened to Dan and Abiram and all the people who stand against Moshe Rabbeinu. They all went into the earth just swallowed them. Then we have the test of the plague. And then look what's happening now. After all this thing, 1 minute. They're doing another test. They take those, everybody has to bring a piece of wood and put it in Kodesh HaKodashim, and they'll see which one is going to bloom and have flowers. And the next morning, what do we see? The only one that bloomed quickly and had flowers and then also fruits was Aaron. And Aaron, which was from Shevet Levi, everybody knows they are the chosen one. And then everybody takes his stick back to his tent, and everybody knows that Aaron was the chosen one. And this is, again, another thing that shows us that God chose Aaron HaKohen and nobody else. Now, ויאמרו בני ישראל, the end of this, it doesn't end. ויאמרו בני ישראל, and גבנו, עבדנו, כולנו עבדנו, we all going to be lost. כל הקרב הקרב אל משכן השם. Everybody wants to get closer to God, dies. What's going on here? But we were supposed to get closer to God, and here we see that everybody gets closer to God, dies. So what's going on here? All those questions bring to a very simple answer. Each one of us has got a job. And he has to keep his own job and don't look at the other one's job. Don't be jealous at nobody, because that's not your job. Your job you were given from God, and God gave you the talent and the ability to do your job. A Kohen is a Kohen, a Levi is a Levi, Israel is Israel. The one that is got a lot of brain, he's going to learn. The one who's got this and that, everybody's going to use his talent. And together, when each one of us is doing his job, then we have, yes, Kol ha'eda kulam kedoshim. Everybody is holy. Everybody is holy when everybody does his own job. But if everybody wants the same job, that's not holiness. That's the opposite of holiness. And here he says to all Am Yisrael. 1 minute. Okay, I cannot find it now. Anyway, the answer is very simple. First of all, the big lesson that we have to get away as quickly as we can from jealousy and understand and realize that each one of us got a job that is suitable for him, and there is no reason to look at the others, because that's not your job. Our job is to go in the way of God with the tools he gave each one of us. A Kohen is a Kohen, a Levi is a Levi, Israel is Israel, and everybody's got talents and abilities to do the most beautiful thing. But to say that everybody is equal in a way that everybody can do the same job, wrong, doesn't work. The communist regime fell and doesn't exist anymore, because also when it existed, there was no, there were not, you couldn't call comrade, chaver, friend, but a brother. But at the end of the day, were brothers that were higher at a higher level and brothers that were at a lower level. There were let's say, there were always differences between the people, and nevertheless, those who didn't have the right connection, they will be treated in the worst way that they can be treated. In a world that's supposed to be equal, everybody is equal, because we are not equal. And the kibbutzim, the same thing. If you find today a kibbutz, no one of those kibbutzim is similar to the idea that started off all the thing, because everybody realizes and knows that not everybody is equal. You can live together, and you be in a equal society, which means that everybody is doing his own job, and together you have this great thing. And this is built from different people, different levels, different jobs, different tasks, different things. The idea is to get all of them together and to become one. And you become one when everybody is doing his own job. But if everybody wants to do the same job, it cannot work. It will never work. And this is the idea from Machoket Korach V'Adato. Korach, his jealousy took him out of this world. He wanted to be a Kohen Gadol. He didn't think. He didn't go, and he went with it. And nevertheless, he convinced 250 people to go with him. And those 250 people, it reminds me of the thing with the first temple and the second temple. The first temple, I think, was, I don't remember, 300 years, 400 years, don't remember. But there were only a few Kohanim Gedolim, a few. And in the second temple, there were hundreds of Kohanim Gedolim. And every year, there was a new one. Why? Because the minute he went to Kodesh Kodashim Yom Kippur, he died. Why did he die? He's a Kohen Gadol. Why? They all were sinners. Yes, because they were not elected because of their spirituality or because of their high level of holiness. They were chosen because they paid money. In other words, they were willing to pay money in order to be Kohen Gadol, and they didn't care about what's going to happen. They didn't think about it. I can understand the first one, the second one, the third one, but number 150, you saw 149 Kohanim Gedolim before you dying on Yom Kippur, which means that you are the next, because you also bought the Kuna Gdola with money. You were not elected because of your spirituality or because of your holiness. You were elected because of your money. And you saw what happened to those who were elected because of the money. They all died. And you're still standing here and taking the job, paying for it. Unbelievable. But that's exactly what happens to each one of us the minute that jealousy takes control. So let's make sure that the jealousy won't never take control in our life. And we'll understand deep inside that whatever God gave us is the best for us. Your wife is the best. Your husband is the best. Your house is the best. Everything you've got is the best for you. Because this is what God gave you and only you. Whatever the other guy got is not suitable for you. And if you go for this, the end will be like Korach V'Adato and Datan V'Aviram. It's unbelievable where it can lead you. That holy people at the highest level standing there, knowing in the subconscious that they're not going to survive, and they're still standing there. That's the power of jealousy. Horrible, terrible. And we have to learn the lesson. And looking at Am Yisrael, not understanding what's happening. And also now today, we see those great people doing those stupid things, and we start to believe what's going on around us. Don't believe it. There's only one thing to believe: in God, in the Torah. Everything you hear against the Torah, and against, even if it's being said by somebody you think a lot of, doesn't matter. Because jealousy, envy, lust, seeking for honor, for kavod, can take somebody out of this world and doing the most terrible things, and which we see, unfortunately, happening all around us today. So let's take the lesson from this parasha. And each one of us will take his own job, understanding that who is telling him what to do is God. And God chose us to be his people, to lead and show the way to the whole world. But first of all, let's show the world around us, our families. What is the right way? And the right way is to use your own talent, your own abilities, to build this beautiful thing that is called Am Yisrael together. Everybody with his own job. Don't look at the other one's job. Don't look at the other one's house. Don't look at the other one's car. Look at yourself. Look what God gave you and say, thank you, God, for what you gave me. All the best and Shefa Brucha V'Atzlucha.